Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Rundown. I'm your host, MaryCatherine, and today I have some lovely reporters in here with me. We have Rolynn Wilson and Allison Williams.
Hello.
Okay.
In unison.
The harmony. Okay. How's everybody doing today?
Good. It's a crazy day. I'm kind of running around today.
We're all kind of running around today. I think it's just what Wednesdays are around here at times. But what we're talking about today is actually kind of that, I guess, what we're doing when people don't see y'all's faces on air. So you're still clocked in. You still have a lot of things going on. I asked you to share some photos with me, so I'm going to pull those up. And this first one is so precious of Allison hugging on some chunky little dogs here.
Yes, we have very fun guests come through here.
Yes. So, Allison, break down a little bit about what you do when people don't see your shining face on TV.
Yeah. It's such a big answer. Every day is different, I feel like, for us reporters. Sometimes I'm here at the station all day working, or I'm like at a coffee shop somewhere and you won't see me the entire day. This day specifically with these Frenchies, this was when I was the Good Morning Richmond reporter, and we have guests on for the 9 a.m. show all the time, and our guest this day was these puppies for the puppy bowl, and of course I had to take a picture with them. So
of course you did.
Whenever there's fun things like this, I mean, today we had donuts brought in, we had chocolate milk yesterday.
Oh,
so
we
our
did.
guests in the 9 a.m., like, those are some of my favorite people that come
I tried
through.
eggnog for the first time.
And
I loved it.
you loved it?
Yes,
Oh, okay. All right. Here's a picture of both of you guys,
Dang,
which
it's
I
winning.
love.
We definitely have fun. I feel like us reporters and everyone in the newsroom, honestly, I feel like you can, MaryCatherine, hear everyone talking and laughing too.
Yes.
We took this photo specifically because we were matching.
Exactly. And of course you look great. But
Of course you do.
It goes to show, like, there's a lot in the day. There's a lot to make the news happen every day, but we try to have fun and smile and giggle and talk when we can.
And we do. I feel like we laugh a lot in our newsroom. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of laughing, which
I
is
do
good.
too. It's like a very joyful atmosphere to be in, which I think we kind of have to make it that way at times with just like the nature of some of the things we're covering or some of the things going on in the world. It's like when we have the opportunity to laugh or eat a donut or decorate a door for like our contest during the holidays, like it's so much fun to be able to be a part of those things. Sometimes it can feel like you are so into like what you have in front of you though that you, at least I feel like sometimes I don't give myself enough of that wiggle room to kind of put my guard down and like laugh with somebody. Do you guys have that experience at times? Like you're just locked in and you're like, if I laugh right now, it's going to be the end of my day and I won't get anything done. Like, do you guys share that same sentiment?
I mean, you have to think about it. Like, as reporters, we're always on some type of deadline. I mean, even producers, we're literally all of us are on some type of deadline to make the news happen at the same time every single day.
Yeah.
So it can be stressful. You have to get certain things done to make air, to make slot. But it's a balance, right? Just like with anything, you know, if you're grinding all the time, you'll grind yourself into the ground. Like, you have to smile sometimes. You have to take a break sometimes. So I think that's really what we try to do. And I think this is really cool because people only see us on our stories a lot of the time. We're out in the field in serious mode, which is obviously what we're doing. But we have fun, too. We laugh, too. We're real people, so.
Yeah, the way my desk is set up, I'm nearest to Mariah Jalad and Danelle Dukin, and then Sarah Molina, who comes in at 2:30. And, like, sometimes I, like, have to tell myself, like, don't speak to them. Like, I could talk to them all day and just laugh. And, like, sometimes if my day's going well and I'm, like, kind of getting through some things early, I'm like, okay, like, I could bother them right now, but I feel like they would be talking to me if they could. So, like, I should probably leave them alone, too.
I'll wait for their signal.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's definitely people around where I'm like, okay, if I need to talk, I can talk. And sometimes I do it a little too much.
We're all guilty of it sometimes.
But we get it done. That's
Yeah,
all
we
that
do.
matters.
Yes.
This is true. This is true. I sit right next to special projects producer Lindsay West, and she is the silliest girl that I know. She can just make anything funny, and sometimes she'll just sit down and ask me the most random question, and I'm like, 15 minutes later, we're still talking about it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Lindsay, like, we got to get back to work, girl. But sometimes she has work days and like, she's not at her desk. And I miss her so much there. Cause I'm like, oh, my little friend's not there. It's just like me and Daniel and I sometimes will like turn around and like check on each other. But he's a little more quiet. And so I do miss people when they're not there. But sometimes it can be hard to get back on track.
Yes.
Some of the other things that we do is go out into the community. Rolynn, this is a picture of you and Jamal and Jacoby, and you're at a school, it looks like.
Yes. So as you mentioned, like we are in the studio doing our stories, but sometimes we have the opportunity to go out into the community. Sometimes the community will come to us. We had a school tour the station today, we get to tell people about our jobs, which is really cool. So this was a career fair. I'm so sorry the name of the school is slipping my mind rather. But one of our friends, she is a teacher. She's an elementary school teacher. So we went to her career fair day and we had like a rotation of all the kids who were so excited to learn about the news. You can see a little tripod kind of in the corner. So we brought
and I
a
wish
camera.
I could like zoom in on these photos.
Yeah, I thought that was like in it, but I could have said
see.
it.
Here's a little bigger.
That's
okay.
Good, that's good.
So you can see that at least to my right. Why are my eyes closed? Anyways, you can see that to my right, and we had like a mic stand and a lamp to kind of show them the equipment that we're working through. It's actually one of my favorite things. It kind of gets me out of the everyday, and I remember what it was like to have people at my career fair day, like
thinking they're like the coolest things ever,
Yeah.
and like getting
Yeah.
to like demonstrate with the mic,
Yes.
like you really are probably making an impact on at least a few students in there being like, whoa,
Yeah.
yeah.
And people, I think, especially like children who are watching the news, like their parents have it on at home or whatever, like I think it's probably really cool for them to kind of almost meet like a local celebrity.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I was little and I would watch the news and I would see like the anchors or something in person, like at an event or something, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, they're famous. Like I feel like that's probably really cool for students to see you guys. And also to see that like you're not that much older than them. Like most of us, at least in the like reporting and producing team here, are like in our like 20s, like mid 20s. And so to go to like a middle school or even like an elementary school, like you're only like 10 years older than some of those kids. And so I think that's really cool and probably makes them feel like, oh, I could do that too, you know?
And it's also just one of those careers that I feel like you don't hear a lot about often. I mean, it's cool to see any career field, right? But I used to think anchors and reporters were like extended actresses and actors. Like I didn't know what it took to be on TV or like how to make the news work. So it's nice to provide some light on that.
Yeah. This is a picture of, I think, on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
All the girlies were working. Rolynn,
we love a photo op.
Yes.
So there is Danelle and Madeline and Jess and I. We were all working at Thanksgiving, kind of had a similar color scheme going
Very
on
fall.
here.
Very good Thanksgiving colors.
Yes, very fall. But it really just goes to show, like, we all work different, like, jobs or sometimes different areas of news, but we come together at the end of the day to make it happen. And if it's all the girls coming together to make it happen, the picture will be taken.
Yes.
Yeah. And on days when, I mean, someone's here 24/7, so it's like when you're working on those holidays when maybe there's somewhere else you'd rather be, like it's nice to have the group of people here to just still be able to have like a good day.
Yeah. There's Allison.
There you are.
Brad took that photo of me.
He loves a viewfinder
Yeah,
picture.
but I'm
I
also
love it
like,
too.
let me see myself.
No,
I need to see what I'm going to
Ask
look
for
like
that.
before I go on air. And I like that one.
Yes. This is one of my favorites. I wish I
took
had
this
zoomed
video.
in. I know. Allison, this was when she was still working on the morning shifts. And what story were you doing this day?
I think the river was really high.
Oh, yeah.
And we were like saying like, stay off the river or like, I don't even remember. The river was high.
Yeah.
And you can see me there in the middle square. There were these fishermen behind me from my live shot, and between my hits, I was fishing with them.
Oh, yes.
And I was trying to catch something. I almost did, but I didn't. But yeah,
It was
that's
so
what
good because when I'm sitting back there, I can see everything that if our TVUs, which feed us live pictures from wherever people are, if those things are on, I can see what's going on.
Yeah.
And if I lift the microphone and people still have their mics on, I can hear sometimes what's going on too. And so I just remember looking up and I was like, what is Allison doing? Like, she's rearing back and she's throwing something. And I was like, bring that full. And so I think my director, it was either LT or Steven that day, they like brought it up in like the preview for me to look at. And I was like, oh, she's definitely fishing right now.
Making friends.
Yeah. And the cool thing about it also was that you incorporated some of the things that the fishermen were telling you into your story, which was like, if you're going to fish, like find a place off the river. Don't go in a boat. It's going to be dangerous. Find a place on the banks to like fish. So it was a news you could use moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ways to incorporate what I'm doing out in the field.
Yes. All right, we're back to our first photo. I'm trying to think of what else like we do here. We have birthdays here a lot. I think we do a lot of celebrations.
Yeah.
When I'm not working on producing, I'm doing this podcast. You guys both just recently also had work days. So sometimes there are days built into, is it every month you have a work day, every 2
Rolynn
weeks?
and I use them more than any other reporters.
Yeah.
We definitely have the most.
Yeah.
It's a really nice thing that our station does where we can just have a day where we're not in newscasts and we're not turning a story, and we can just research, email people back, call people, set things up, and just kind of catch our breath. Because during the day, it's kind of hard to do that. And yeah, I think Rolynn and I use them the most.
For sure. I won't even lie. I think I take that number one spot. But I would like to provide some context because, I mean, we call it a day turn, right? We have a story. And I think oftentimes people think that we come in, someone hands us a story, and hands us someone to talk to, and we just do that. But that's really not at all how it works. In a day, normally reporters are setting up their interviews, coming up with a pitch, pitching it, shooting it, editing it, and putting it together and going live.
Being live by 4 o'clock.
By 4 o'clock. And our shift starts at 9:30, so you do the math.
And you got to eat at some point, use the bathroom.
Like call your mom.
Like relax, just a small rest
Central
or something.
Virginia is huge. We're all over it. So that's a lot to take into consideration. So then if you add on maybe a little bit of a harder topic or something that takes a little bit more digging, it's nearly impossible to get all of that done in a single day. So I think it's so interesting because at the end of the day, people see, anywhere from a minute 15 to maybe 2-3 minutes worth of a story. But it sometimes takes days, weeks, months, to get some of those stories done, making calls, talking to people, fact-checking, going back, doing it again, getting all the video.
I'm just thinking also about the story that you're working on now, a Taking Action piece on Brady Square. 2 years. You came in on Monday and said, we have been waiting 2 years for a response from these people about Brady Square. And I remember this from 2 years ago when we were talking about it. And I was like, wow, has it really been 2 years? And those are things that you all have to keep track of. And I have so much admiration for all of you all the time for the things that you are constantly keeping in your brain, because I feel like I don't have any capacity for anything else in there sometimes.
Google and Outlook calendar has saved my life. I didn't know about like task and notes all in Outlook, so that saved me. But I mean, the first thing that came to my mind, Allison, too, I know you do a lot of court cases. So you have to keep those dates in mind, and you have to follow up on that in court.
Court be changing.
That can take you years.
Yes, things take forever.
And also they slip in dates sometimes differently. Like we'll have something written down because we have like a station-wide calendar called Daybook, and we'll put things in where Allison will look something up and say, oh, the next hearing is on December 19th. But then they like sneakily slip in, oh, actually we moved it to the 17th, and then the 19th comes and we're like, oh, that happened 2 days ago, and now the next hearing isn't until 6 months down the road. So it can definitely be tricky to keep up with the court stuff. How many cases do you know, Allison, how many cases you're tracking?
Luckily, I don't know if I should share my secret, but there is a way to subscribe to cases on the state website, and you'll be notified. You can subscribe to up to 500. I think I'm at about 200 that I'm subscribed to, but each charge counts as one. So if someone is facing multiple charges, but and if something changes, I get an email. It is truly the best resource that I have. So.
I have been wondering. You are really on top of it.
I need to do a tutorial with the whole station because
it's pretty simple too. Like everyone should.
It is incredible. Yeah.
But it all goes to show, bottom line, it takes time to get a lot of these stories done. And I love to think and sometimes say too, we're working on a lot of other people's time sometime. We have to set up interviews with them. We have to make sure we're reaching out to people when they're available to talk to us. It's not always at the snap of our fingers, so things can go a little slower, go a little bit quicker. You never know.
Yeah. I know this morning when we have like a morning editorial meeting and Jamal was pitching his story, which will air tonight at 4, and he was saying like, no one is willing to talk to me about this today. I have reached out to everybody. And I'm like, I know that's discouraging when people say that to you guys.
Or when they're like, I can tomorrow. Or I can at 3:30.
But I need it today. Yeah.
Like,
or I actually can't anymore.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, sorry, it's not going to work for today. Because you get up thinking you know how your day is going to look, and then you come in and it's not at all.
Especially during the holidays. It's a busy time for a lot of people. Yeah.
And have there been times where, like, you have all the pieces together and you're just waiting on that sound and a last-minute wrench is thrown in the plans and you either have to switch stories or, like, what is it like to talk to someone that you promised to talk to and then having to say, I can't talk to you anymore? Do they, for the most part, take it well, or can it be kind of dicey depending on the story or the time, or
it's
what's it
always
like?
been fine, and I'll typically just be like, I've been assigned something else, like it's kind of out of my hands, and usually it is.
Yeah.
But it's always been fine, and usually I'll just be like, I would love to reschedule.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think in this business, and just in general, it's perfect to over-communicate. Like, everything is tentative. Everything is subject to change, because it could be a different story. It could be breaking news, you know, which I'm always so grateful for the people who are making time for us, because I do not take that lightly. And I even try to, you know, squeeze it in if I can. But as far as, like, still talking to them, because they took time out of their day to do that. But things can and they do change.
Yeah. And quickly before I let all of us go, because I know we have shows in an hour. Oh my gosh, and I just forgot what I was going to ask you. Oh, for the most part, I was wondering, I remember at least when I first started, and it's different, obviously, like I don't have to get myself ready to like be on air because there's so much that goes into like just your outfit, your hair, what you look like for the lighting, getting to where you need to go, which takes up a lot of time. But I know I've like struggled consistently to like make sure that I take a lunch break. And I'm wondering, as reporters, when we don't see you on air, are you guys eating lunch? I need to know.
I eat at my desk. I take a working lunch like every day. I don't
working
really
lunch.
take a break. I remember one time I tried to take a break and it was not good.
Not again.
No, never again. I was like, I will never take a break again.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I don't want anyone to feel bad for me. It's okay.
Sometimes it just doesn't happen. Sometimes you like get carried away and you're like, oh, it's 2:30 time for the meeting, like the afternoon meeting. Oh, it's 4:00 my show starts. Like it just slips away sometimes.
But I make sure I eat. I eat.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I think what I had to learn was the types of meals change. Like, especially when I was out in the field daily or like didn't know what my story was going to be, I could be in studio or I could be out in Farmville. I don't know. So I'm bringing something that doesn't have to be heated up, you know? I'm bringing something that I can eat on the go or here, and I still kind of do that to this day just so I can have something, because nothing is worse than trying to go live on an empty stomach. You will be a deer in the headlights. Trying to work. Your brain is just not there anymore.
Being hangry?
Yes.
No, you can't do it.
Hangry, dehydrated. Got water on deck always.
Oh my gosh, I know. Sometimes it'll be 12 p.m. and I'm like, I have not had a sip of water today.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like in the zone, I guess, and want to get things done. But well, thank you both for chatting with me about what you do when we don't see you on screen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love this time always.
Yes. I've only ever, this is my second time on the rundown. Oh, no, it's my third. But
Okay.
the other time I did it, it was,
We were
again,
together.
with Rolynn.
Oh, was it Taking Action?
Yes.
It was actually like a year ago. For
Wait,
After
really?
Red Onion, yeah.
Oh,
That's crazy.
wow. Another thing we're keeping track of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at us. All right. We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.